Have you ever felt like people treat you differently for no reason? Like someone smiles at you but secretly wants to bring you down? That's not just your imagination. If you're a chosen one, someone who carries light, peace, and truth, you're a big target for narcissists. Yes, they see your goodness and it burns them inside. Why? Because your spirit shows them everything they are not. But don't worry, you're not alone in this. This video is your shield, your guide, your warning, and your strength. Today we're going to talk about why narcissists are drawn to you, how they try to break you, and how you can protect your heart, your mind, and your soul. You were not chosen by mistake. You were chosen for a mission. And part of that mission is to stand strong against the dark energy that wants to silence your light. If you've ever been betrayed, drained, or misunderstood for just being you, this video is for you. So stay with me till the end. You'll understand why you've been under attack and why that means you're more powerful than you think. Before we dive deep, show some love by liking this video, leaving a comment, and joining our spiritual family. Hit that subscribe button and become part of a growing community of light warriors who are waking up and rising strong. Let's begin. The battle has started. Are you ready, chosen one? Some battles don't use weapons. They don't happen on battlefields. And most people don't even know they're happening. But you, the chosen one, are already in the middle of one. It's a silent war, a spiritual one, and you've been a target from the moment your light began to shine. You may have noticed how certain people act strange around you. One moment they seem kind, the next they treat you like you did something wrong. It's not your fault, it's your energy. Your light makes people feel things they're not ready to face, especially narcissists. These people wear masks. They pretend to care, but inside they feel empty. They survive by feeding off others, off your kindness, your peace, your joy. But your light doesn't just feed them, it exposes them. And that's what scares them the most. Here's the hook. You're not crazy for feeling like you're under attack, even when no one's yelling or fighting with you. The attacks are hidden in cold stares, fake smiles, twisted words. This war is quiet, but it's real, and it's happening all around you. Narcissists may never raise their voice, but they will drain your energy. They will try to make you doubt yourself. They'll twist your words and make you feel guilty for simply being you. Why? Because you remind them of everything they're not. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. They fear you more than you fear them. Your light is powerful. It can't be bought, copied, or stolen. And when you begin to understand who you are, the silent war becomes easier to see and harder for them to win. So stay aware. Stay strong. This war may be quiet, but your spirit was built for it. You were born to shine, even in the dark. Narcissists don't just dislike you. They can't stand being around you. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's because you did something right. You became real, honest, pure, awake. When you walk into a room, you don't even have to speak. Your energy speaks for you. It carries truth, kindness, and light. And that light, it shows people who they really are, especially the ones hiding behind fake masks. Narcissists are masters at pretending. They smile, they charm, they act confident. But deep down, they carry shame, jealousy, and fear. They've spent years covering it up with lies and manipulation. But when a chosen one stands in front of them, something happens they can't control. Here's the hook. You become a mirror. Without meaning to, you reflect back everything they've been hiding from the world and from themselves. Your kindness shows their cruelty. Your peace shows their chaos. Your truth shows their lies. That's why they start to hate you. Not because you've hurt them, but because being around you hurts their ego. You remind them of what they lost or never had. And the more true to yourself you are, the more their mask starts to crack. You may notice them try to bring you down with rude comments, fake compliments, or silent treatment. They may try to embarrass you, compete with you, or make you question yourself. But remember this, it's not really about you. It's about what they see when they look at you. You don't have to fight them. Your light is already doing the work. Just keep being who you are. Stay true, stay grounded, because the mirror you hold doesn't lie. And that's what makes you powerful. Let them hate, let them run. The truth will always speak louder than their lies. And you, chosen one, you are the truth they fear the most. Some people will walk into your life and act like they just happened to find you, but that's not the full truth. If you're a chosen one, are already in the middle of one, it's a silent war, a spiritual one, and you've been a target from the moment your light began to shine. You may have noticed how certain people act strange around you. One moment they seem kind, the next they treat you like you did something wrong. It's not your fault, it's your energy. Your light makes people feel things they're not ready to face, especially narcissists. These people wear masks, they pretend to care, but inside they feel empty. They survive by feeding off others, off your kindness, your peace, your joy. But your light doesn't just feed them, it exposes them. And that's what scares them the most. Here's the hook. You're not crazy for feeling like you're under attack, even when no one's yelling or fighting with you. The attacks are hidden in cold stares, fake smiles, twisted words. This war is quiet, but it's real, and it's happening all around you. Narcissists may never raise their voice, but they will drain your energy. They will try to make you doubt yourself. They'll twist your words and make you feel guilty for simply being you. Why? Because you remind them of everything they're not. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. They fear you more than you fear them. Your light is powerful. It can't be bought, copied, or stolen. And when you begin to understand who you are, the silent war becomes easier to see and harder for them to win. So stay aware. Stay strong. This war may be quiet, but your spirit was built for it. You were born to shine, even in the dark. Narcissists don't just dislike you, they can't stand being around you. And it's not because you did something wrong, it's because you did something right. You became real, honest, pure, awake. When you walk into a room, you don't even have to speak. Your energy speaks for you. It carries truth, kindness, and light. And that light, it shows people who they really are, especially the ones hiding behind fake masks. Narcissists are masters at pretending. They smile, they charm, they act confident. But deep down, they carry shame, jealousy, and fear. They've spent years covering it up with lies and manipulation. But when a chosen one stands in front of them, something happens they can't control. Here's the hook. You become a mirror. Without meaning to, you reflect back everything they've been hiding from the world and from themselves. Your kindness shows their cruelty. Your peace shows their chaos. Your truth shows their lies. That's why they start to hate you. Not because you've hurt them, but because being around you hurts their ego. You remind them of what they lost or never had. And the more true to yourself you are, the more their mask starts to crack. You may notice them try to bring you down with rude comments, fake compliments, or silent treatment. They may try to embarrass you, compete with you, or make you question yourself. But remember this. It's not really about you. It's about what they see when they look at you. You don't have to fight them. Your light is already doing the work. Just keep being who you are. Stay true. Stay grounded. Because the mirror you hold doesn't lie. And that's what makes you powerful. Let them hate. Let them run. The truth will always speak louder than their lies. And you, chosen one, you are the truth they fear the most. Some people will walk into your life and act like they just happened to find you, but that's not the full truth. If you're a chosen one, if you carry peace, light, and kindness in your heart, then understand this. You are not being targeted by accident. Narcissists are not simply passing by. They're spiritually drawn to you, just like a moth is drawn to a flame. They feel your energy before you even speak. They can sense that you are different. They feel your strength, your honesty, your light, and it pulls them in like a magnet, but not because they love it. They want to control it, drain it, and in many cases destroy it. You may wonder, why do I always attract broken people? Why do manipulators find me? It's not your fault. It's because you're shining so brightly that even the ones in the dark can't ignore you. Here's the hook. Narcissists don't choose you because you're weak. They choose you because you're strong, because you have something they don't and can't create on their own. They study you. They learn your habits. They learn what makes you laugh and what makes you sad. Then they use it, not to lift you, but to control you. They pretend to care, but behind their mask, they're working on a plan. You're not just someone in the crowd. You're the one they spot in the crowd. They see your soul glowing like a candle in a dark room. And even though they might smile and pretend to love that light, deep inside, they want to dim it. But your job is not to dim down, it's to be aware, to understand that you were chosen and that the attacks are proof of your purpose, not your weakness. So walk with your head high. Guard your energy. The battle is spiritual, the attack is real, but so is your power. And the light in you, that's what they can never steal. Narcissists don't always show up with loud voices or angry faces. Sometimes they come with smiles, sweet words, and kind gestures. They seem friendly, they seem caring. At first, they might even make you feel special, like you're the only person in the world that matters to them, but that's exactly how they trap you. Their moves are smooth, their tricks are quiet. And that's what makes them so dangerous. They'll start with love bombing, showering you with compliments, attention, gifts, or praise. You'll feel seen, appreciated, even loved. But it's not real love, it's bait. They're building your trust so they can break it later. Once they've pulled you close, the games begin. That's when gaslighting shows up. Here's the hook. Gaslighting is when they lie to you so much you start to question your own mind. You'll remember something clearly, but they'll deny it ever happened. They'll twist your words, laugh at your feelings, and say things like, "You're too sensitive," or "You always imagine things." Slowly, you start to doubt yourself. And comes triangulation. This is when they bring someone else into the picture just to make you feel jealous or insecure. They might compare you to others or say someone else treats them better. It's a trick to control how you feel, to make you chase their approval. All these tactics are quiet. They don't leave bruises on the outside, but they can leave deep scars on your spirit. You may feel confused. You may feel like you're the problem, but you're not. That confusion, that sadness, that's part of their plan. The truth is, they want your power, not your love. So be alert. Pay attention to how people make you feel when they're around. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Narcissists don't break you with fists. They break you with games, lies, and fake love. But now, you know their tricks. And knowledge is your armor. Your spirit is your sword. You're not weak. You're aware. And that changes everything. Being kind is one of the most beautiful things about you. You care, you listen, you help others even when you're tired. That's empathy, being able to feel someone else's pain, to understand their emotions, and to want to make things better. But while empathy is a gift, not everyone sees it that way. Especially not narcissists. To a narcissist, your empathy is not something to be respected. It's something to be used. They see your big heart, and instead of protecting it, they try to play with it. To them, your compassion becomes a tool, a way to get what they want without ever giving anything back. At first, they may act like they need you. They'll tell you sad stories to pull you in. They'll make you feel like you're the only one who understands them. And because you care so deeply, you'll want to help. You'll stay up late to comfort them. You'll make excuses for their bad behavior. You'll give them chance after chance, hoping they'll change. Here's the hook. They won't. Because they never cared the way you did. They only cared about how much they could get from your kindness. You might start to feel drained, confused, even guilty. But it's not because you did something wrong. It's because they've been walking all over your empathy like it's a playground. They push the swing of guilt. They slide down your patience. They run circles around your boundaries. And every time you say, it's okay, or they didn't mean it, they get stronger and you get weaker. But here's the truth. Empathy is still your power. The problem isn't that you care. It's that you've been giving that care to people who don't deserve it. Narcissists will pretend to need your help, but what they really want is control. They don't want healing, they want attention, and the more you give, the less they respect you. It's okay to be kind, but kindness without boundaries is how you end up broken. Start protecting your heart. Start saying no. Start watching who claps when you're strong and who only shows up when you're hurting. Real love won't use your empathy as a weapon. Real friends won't make you feel guilty for having limits. So don't stop being a light in this world, but stop letting people live in your light and throw shadows at you. Your empathy is powerful, but it was never meant to be their playground. You were meant to build with it, not be broken by it. Sometimes you don't even have to say a word. You walk into a room and people feel something different about you. They can sense your peace, your power, and the quiet confidence that comes from growth. That's because you're ascending. You're rising spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. But not everyone will celebrate that. Narcissists can smell your ascension like a wild animal smells food. They sense the change in you, the glow, the wisdom, the strength. And instead of admiring it, they become afraid, or worse, jealous. As your light grows, their darkness feels more exposed. You don't even have to call them out. Just your presence makes them uncomfortable because it reminds them of everything they're pretending to be, but aren't. Here's the hook. When you start to awaken, you'll notice the attacks increase. It's not your imagination, it's not bad luck. It's a sign. The more powerful you become, the more the people stuck in darkness will try to pull you back down. You'll face criticism, fake friends, sudden arguments, people doubting you, mocking you, or trying to twist your words. Some may even act like you've changed or become distant, when really you've just started protecting your peace. Why do they do this? Because your ascension threatens their control. Your growth shows them what they refuse to become. Your healing reminds them of the wounds they never faced. It's spiritual, it's deep, and it's real. But here's what you must understand. Don't dim your light to make others feel safe in their shadows. You weren't meant to stay small, you weren't meant to shrink, just so others won't feel insecure. You were meant to rise. As you grow, you'll lose some people. That's normal. Don't chase what's not aligned with your soul. Don't try to explain your glow to people who only understand darkness. Stay focused, keep healing, keep growing. Your journey is not about proving anything to them. It's about becoming everything God created you to be. And yes, the more awakened you become, the more attacks you might face. But it's not a curse, it's confirmation. Confirmation that you're on the right path. Confirmation that your spirit is rising, and confirmation that your light is doing exactly what it was meant to do. Shine so bright it wakes up the world or blinds those who live in lies. When we think of battles, we often imagine shouting, fighting, or loud explosions. But not all battles are noisy. Some are silent, sneaky, and hidden deep inside the mind. These are the kinds of battles narcissists like to fight. You might not hear their attacks, but you'll feel them. You'll feel confused, drained, hurt, or like something's wrong, even when you can't explain it. This is psychological warfare. It's a battle of the mind, a battle of emotions, and it can be just as damaging as a physical fight, sometimes even more. Narcissists don't always yell or insult you directly. Instead, they use quiet weapons like the silent treatment. One day they're warm and friendly, the next they ignore you like you don't exist. No explanation, no reason, just cold silence. That silence is meant to punish you, to make you feel anxious and unsure of yourself. Then comes emotional baiting. They know your heart, they know what upsets you, so they'll push your buttons on purpose just to watch you react, and once you do, they'll act like you're the problem. "See, you're too emotional," they'll say, after they stirred the storm inside you. Here's the hook. You won't always realize you're in a battle until you're exhausted, confused, and questioning your own mind. That's how deep these psychological games can go. And they'll play one more trick: gaslighting. They'll twist your memories, deny what they said, and blame everything on you. Slowly, you stop trusting your own thoughts. That's exactly what they want, to break your inner strength without ever lifting a finger. But now you know the truth. This kind of war doesn't come with noise. It comes with silence, guilt, mind games, and confusion. And it doesn't take weapons. It takes wisdom. You don't have to scream to win this kind of battle. You need clarity. You need awareness. And most of all, you need to protect your peace. When you feel something is off, trust it. When someone plays with your mind, don't explain yourself over and over. Walk away. You don't owe anyone your sanity. You don't owe them your light. The strongest warriors fight with calm minds and strong hearts. So if you feel like you're being attacked but no one else sees it, trust your gut. This war is real, and you are not weak for feeling it. You are strong for surviving it. The battlefield may be quiet, but you are not alone. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone just noticed you? Not because you were the loudest or the center of attention, but because your presence was powerful. You didn't need to shout to be heard. You didn't have to demand respect. It just came naturally. That's the kind of influence you have. You are a force. But narcissists don't like that. Your power, your voice, your light, and the way people listen to you threatens them. It's not something they can control. It's not something they can manipulate. And for someone who craves control over everything and everyone, your influence is like a mirror that shows them what they will never be. The more you stand in your truth, the more the narcissists around you will try to silence you. Why? Because your voice exposes their lies. Your presence makes them feel small, and they can't have that. Narcissists feed on attention. They need people to admire them, to give them power, to reflect their own greatness back to them. But you don't need that kind of attention to shine. Your influence is authentic, not based on tricks or manipulation. It's grounded in your own sense of self, your empathy, and your ability to connect with others. They can't stand that. You have the power to inspire, to lead, to change hearts and minds. And they'll do anything to quiet that. They'll attempt to drown you out with loud words, with insults, or with subtle dismissals. They'll try to make you feel small by belittling your thoughts, your feelings, and your opinions. If you've ever been told you talk too much, or you're too much of something, too passionate, too emotional, too outspoken, chances are a narcissist has tried to silence you. They don't like being upstaged. They don't like it when others have the spotlight, especially when that person is you. But here's what you need to know. You can't be silenced. Your power is not something they can take away, no matter how hard they try. When you speak your truth, you become a force of nature. And while narcissists may try to break you down, the truth is that they fear your power. They fear your influence because it reminds them of everything they lack. Don't let them silence you. The more you rise, the the more they will try to tear you down. But the stronger you stand, the harder it becomes for them to even touch your power, your voice, your presence, your authenticity. They can't take that from you. You are meant to be heard. You are meant to influence. And no matter how hard they try to dim your light, it will only shine brighter. There's something incredibly powerful about your heart. You're someone who deeply cares. You see the good in people, even when they can't see it in themselves. You want to help. You want to heal. And most importantly, you want to make a difference in the lives of those around you. That's a gift. But here's a truth that might be hard to accept. You can't change them. The narcissist in your life, no matter how much you try, will not change. They are not going to wake up one day and suddenly see the damage they've caused. They won't magically turn into the loving, caring person you wish they could be. The truth is, their choices have led them to a place where darkness is their comfort zone. They've made peace with their own brokenness and have no desire to fix it. Here's the hook. Every minute you spend trying to change them is a minute you take away from your own healing. You might think that if you just give them enough love, enough understanding, or enough patience, they will eventually realize how much they've hurt you and others and then change their ways. But that's not how this works. They don't want change. They want control, admiration, and validation. And you, your love, and your desire to heal them become tools in their hands to get what they want. The harder you try to help, the more they will use your kindness against you. The more you pour into them, the more empty you will feel. You are not their savior. You were never meant to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. This is where your divine energy comes into play. It's powerful, precious, and should be spent on things that uplift you, not drag you down. It's meant to be used to heal yourself, to grow, to create positive change in your own life. Don't waste it trying to mend someone who has chosen darkness over light, someone who has no intention of stepping into the light no matter how many chances you give them. You are not responsible for their soul. You are not here to be the fixer or the rescuer. Your responsibility is to protect your heart, your peace, and your energy. The more you focus on trying to change someone who refuses to change, the more you give away pieces of yourself. And remember, your light is too bright to be dimmed by someone else's darkness. Stop wasting your time on people who don't want your help. Instead, invest in your growth, invest in your peace, invest in the people who uplift you and see your worth. Those are the people who deserve your love and energy. The ones who are open to growth, who appreciate your light, and who are on their own healing journey. You can't change them. And that's okay. It's time to let go and focus on the amazing, beautiful, and strong person you are becoming. In a world that sometimes feels dark, your light is one of the most powerful things you possess. It's your authenticity, your compassion, your energy, your ability to uplift others. But often people with dark intentions will try to make you feel like your light is too much. They'll try to convince you that it's better to tone it down, to hide it, to make yourself smaller, just to avoid conflict or discomfort. But here's the truth. Your light is not a burden. It's a gift. And it's a weapon you must learn to wield wisely. Your light can protect you. It's a shield that surrounds you with positive energy, a force field that repels negativity. When you stay true to yourself and live authentically, nothing can penetrate your inner peace. No attack, no manipulation, no falsehoods can break through your self-awareness and your connection to your purpose. Here's the hook. When you shine brightly, those who thrive in the shadows will feel threatened. But that doesn't mean you should shrink or hide. Your light isn't just for you, it's a tool to guide others too. Narcissists and negative people often feel uncomfortable around those who radiate positivity and light. They can't handle it because it highlights their own flaws, their own darkness. So they'll do everything they can to try to dim your light. They'll criticize you, insult you, or try to make you feel guilty for being who you are. But here's the thing, their discomfort isn't your problem. Your light is your sword too. It cuts through confusion, manipulation, and deceit. When you stand strong in your truth, when you speak from a place of authenticity, you create boundaries that protect your soul. Your light is not for negotiation. It's not something to turn off just to please others. You don't have to shrink in order to fit in with people who are uncomfortable with the real you. The key to using your light wisely is knowing when to shine and when to shield. Don't let your light burn out trying to please others. Use it when it's needed. Use it to guide you through tough situations, to help others in their darkest moments, and to protect yourself from negative energy. Your light will always attract both good and bad attention. The narcissist will try to use your brightness to feed their ego, but the right people, those who see your worth, will be drawn to it too. They will support you, uplift you, and help you grow stronger. So, never feel like you have to hide who you are to make others comfortable. Your light is a weapon in this battle for your peace and your truth. Use it wisely, stand tall and shine bright. The world needs your light more than you know. If you've ever been in a relationship or situation with a narcissist, you might have already noticed a pattern. No matter what happens, no matter what they do, they always manage to turn the tables. Suddenly they're the victim, they're the one who's hurt, misunderstood, or mistreated. And you? You're the one being blamed. It's a classic narcissist move, and it's something you'll need to be prepared for. Narcissists have a way of twisting situations, manipulating facts, and creating false narratives to make themselves look innocent while shifting all the blame onto you. It's part of their strategy to maintain control and keep their fragile egos intact. Here's the hook. When they play the victim, they're not just trying to avoid responsibility, they're trying to gain sympathy from others and make you seem like the bad guy. This isn't just about lying, it's about controlling the narrative. Narcissists will twist the truth, twist your words, and even make up things that never happened, all to create a story where they're the one in need of sympathy or attention. They'll tell anyone who'll listen that you're the one who's difficult, unreasonable, or toxic, when in reality, they're the ones causing all the chaos. Here's the problem. When you're dealing with someone like this, it's not just about protecting your own reputation, it's about maintaining your peace and staying grounded in the truth. Narcissists will try to pull others into their web of lies. They'll smear your name, spread rumors, and make you look like the villain in a story that you didn't even write, and they're good at it. They know how to play on people's emotions. They can manipulate others into thinking that you've done something terrible while they stand there looking innocent and helpless. It's all a game to them, and in their game, you're the target. But don't be fooled by their act. You know the truth. And no matter how many lies they spread or how many people they manipulate, the truth has a way of coming out. When you stay grounded and remember what's real, you'll be able to see through their act. You'll know that they're just playing a role to get what they want, whether that's sympathy, control, or attention. This doesn't mean you should stay silent when they attack you. It just means that you shouldn't get caught up in their game. The more you try to defend yourself or engage with their lies, the more they'll use that as fuel to continue their smear campaign. Instead, the best thing you can do is stay calm and keep your head held high. Don't get pulled into the drama. Remember, the truth is on your side. And while the narcissist might be able to fool some people for a while, eventually people will see through their manipulation. Those who truly know you will understand the truth, and that's all that matters. When dealing with a narcissist, it's also important to set boundaries. Don't let them drag you into endless arguments or discussions about who's right or wrong. Their goal is always to keep you off balance, questioning yourself and doubting your reality. By staying firm in your boundaries, you make it clear that you won't engage in their mind games. In the end, you can't control how others see you, but you can control how you respond. And when you stay grounded in truth, you'll have the strength to weather the storm. Narcissists may try to play victim and blame you for everything, but their lies will eventually catch up to them. And no matter how much they try to turn others against you, the truth will always shine through. So when they play the victim and smear your name, don't fall into their trap. Keep your integrity, stand firm in your truth, and let the world see you for who you really are, strong, honest, and unshakable in the face of their manipulations. In this world, there's a lot more than meets the eye. People can smile at you, speak kindly to you, and act like they have your best interests at heart. But not everyone who shows you kindness is truly on your side. Not every friend is sent from heaven. That's where your spiritual discernment comes in. Discernment is the ability to see things clearly, to understand what's hidden beneath the surface, and to recognize the true intentions of those around you. It's like a superpower that helps you navigate through life with wisdom, especially when things aren't as they seem. Here's the truth. People's energy speaks louder than their words. Someone might tell you one thing, but their energy, their true essence, might be telling you something completely different. This is where your spiritual discernment helps you. It's a tool that helps you pick up on subtle vibes and unspoken truths, even when the person in front of you is saying the right things. Think of it like this. You meet someone who seems friendly and caring. They might even shower you with compliments or acts of kindness, but if you really pay attention, you might start to feel uneasy around them. Maybe you notice that their kindness feels forced, or that their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. Maybe their words don't match their actions, or they seem to be asking for something in return without you realizing it. That's your spiritual discernment at work. It's telling you that there's more going on beneath the surface. Your spirit can pick up on things that your mind might not immediately understand. The energy behind their smile is telling you something your eyes can't see. It's your intuition, your gut feeling, your inner wisdom that's helping you see things for what they really are. Here's the hook. When you start trusting your discernment, you'll stop letting people use you, manipulate you, or take advantage of your kindness. Spiritual discernment helps you filter out the negative influences in your life and draw closer to the people who truly care about you, who want to see you grow, and who want to walk with you in the light. It allows you to be more aware of who you're letting into your inner circle. Not everyone who smiles at you is genuinely happy for you. Not everyone who calls themselves a friend actually has your best interests at heart. Narcissists, manipulators, and toxic people are skilled at disguising their true intentions. They know how to use charm and fake friendliness to win you over, only to later take advantage of your vulnerability. But with spiritual discernment, you can see through the mask. You'll start to notice the signs, the little things that tell you this person doesn't have good intentions, even if they're saying all the right things. The more you practice this kind of discernment, the stronger it becomes. It's like a muscle that gets more powerful the more you use it. You'll find yourself making better choices about who you trust, who you open your heart to, and who you keep at a distance. And when you rely on your spiritual discernment, you'll feel more confident in the relationships you build and the decisions you make. At the same time, discernment doesn't mean you should always be suspicious of everyone you meet. It means learning to trust your instincts and not ignoring those little red flags when something feels off. It's about being aware of the energy in the room and being honest with yourself about who you're dealing with. So start paying attention. Watch the energy behind the smile. Listen to your intuition. Don't be afraid to step away from relationships that don't feel right. And remember, your spiritual discernment is your superpower. It's there to protect you, to guide you, and to help you make the best choices for your life. Have you ever felt like someone was watching you a little too closely? Maybe they seemed to know just what to say to make you feel good, or they knew exactly what buttons to press to make you feel uncomfortable. Well, if you're dealing with a narcissist, chances are they've been studying you long before they made their move. Narcissists don't just attack randomly, they are strategic, almost like predators in the wild. Before they strike, they gather as much intel as they can about you. They watch your behavior, your reactions, and your vulnerabilities. They observe how you interact with others, what makes you happy, what makes you upset, and what you care about the most. They study you to figure out how to manipulate or control you to serve their needs. Here's the hook. They learn about you so they can use your own emotions, thoughts, and weaknesses against you. It's all about finding the perfect way to take advantage of your kindness, trust, or generosity. When a narcissist starts a relationship with you, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or even a professional connection, they aren't just getting to know you on a surface level. They are observing every little thing you do. They want to know what makes you tick. They want to understand your goals, your fears, and your desires. They might seem friendly, charming, and interested, but what they're really doing is building a profile of you. This profile helps them figure out how to manipulate you later. For example, they might notice that you're a very empathetic person. They'll watch how you react when people need help, and they'll start showing up with problems of their own, asking for your help. At first, it might seem innocent, like they genuinely need assistance, but in reality, they're learning how to take advantage of your empathy. They're testing the waters to see how much you're willing to give, and how much they can ask for without you questioning it. Narcissists are masters of observation. They can tell what makes you feel important, and how to make you feel good about yourself. They'll use compliments, charm, and flattery to get close to you. But these are all tactics to build trust and gather more information. They'll want to know what you value the most, whether it's your relationships, your career, or your personal goals. Then, when the time is right, they'll use that information to manipulate or deceive you. This is why narcissists can be so dangerous. They don't just attack, they take their time, gather all the necessary information, and then strike when they know they have the upper hand. They'll make sure they've built the perfect facade before pulling you in, and once you're in, they'll start manipulating you without you even realizing it. But here's the important part. You can counter their strategy by being aware of how they operate. Start noticing how people around you behave, especially those who seem to be a little too interested in your life. Do they ask too many questions about your weaknesses? Do they seem to be overly kind, or do they constantly try to find out personal details? If so, this might be a sign that they're gathering intel on you. Remember, narcissists are calculating. They don't move without reason. They wait for the right moment to strike, and the more they know about you, the better they can manipulate you. But if you become aware of this pattern, you can start to protect yourself by keeping certain things private, setting boundaries, and being cautious about who you trust with your personal information. In the end, narcissists study you to gain power over you, but if you're aware of their tactics and pay attention to their behavior, you'll be better equipped to defend yourself. You don't have to let them control the game. Keep your eyes open, trust your instincts, and remember that you don't owe them access to your life. Stay one step ahead by recognizing when they're studying you, and protect your energy before they strike. Narcissists have a powerful tactic that they often use without you even realizing it. They want to cut you off from everything and everyone that could provide you with support, guidance, and love. Their goal is simple: to isolate you, to make you feel alone and vulnerable. This is their path to control, and they know that once you're isolated, you're much easier to manipulate, confuse, and break down. In the world of spiritual warriors, or as some call them, light workers, isolation is particularly dangerous. Lightworkers, by nature, are people who radiate positivity, love, and healing energy. They work to uplift others and make the world a better place, but the more you shine, the more enemies you attract, especially narcissists. Narcissists don't like your light because it exposes their darkness. They feed off your energy, and their goal is to bring you down to their level. They don't want you to have that community, that sense of belonging. They want to separate you from your tribe because they know that when you're isolated, your strength weakens.